Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our virtual property auction. Sold, sold, sold!
All right, sir, here we go there, and what are you going to give for him? I'm at 25, will they give me $30, 30, make it 30, bid it at 30, 35, another 40, make it a 40, bid it at 40, now 5, 5, 5, make it a 5, 5, now 50, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, Hey, well, all right, sir. What are you going to give harm?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please, if I can have everybody's, can you hear me, firstly? Can everybody hear me? You can hear? Okay, thank you. Sean, it's just you that's deaf. Everybody else is fine. Very soft. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to today's auction. We have advertised that we commence the auction at 12 o'clock, but as has been, there we are, much better. As has been the modus operandi now for the last 2 years, we have a guest speaker that anchors our auction and opens with discussion around contemporary thinking and insight around trends in the marketplace. Today, Stefan de Vries will be joining us. He's sitting up front, and I'll make a proper introduction to him shortly. We will have probably about 20 minutes or so with Stefan. We will open the floor to some Q&A, but it is our intention to get the auction underway no later than 12:30. To start and just frame the conversation with Stefan today, to note that High Street has been very, very active as a service provider to the turnaround, restructuring and insolvency industry and their practitioners. We've got an exceptional body of work, a great showcase of work and success across all of the real estate segments, whether it be retail, industrial, resi or commercial, in this liquidation and business rescue space. Some of the more memorable transactions include the sale or disposal of the liquidated Kyalami racetrack for 205 million. Thanks, Stefan. Acknowledgement of a great result. And the disposal of a business or a bank instruction for the Clifton Mansion for 96 million. Both of these, I believe, remain standing South African auction records, so very, very proud of those results. We're also a member of SARIPA, the South African Restructuring and Insolvency Practitioners Agency or Association. Today they have some of their banners up, some of their staff were here a bit earlier, and they had to rush off to another engagement. We're very proud to announce the fact that we are sponsoring one of their first events next year, the Insolvency Summit in February 2025. So we're very, very keenly invested in the ongoing growth and participation in the business rescue, liquidations, insolvency space. And to that end, we have our guest speaker this morning. Stefan is an admitted attorney, a practicing legal attorney, but on top of that, he's also a practitioner in the business rescue and insolvency space. He works for a very competent company down in the Western Cape called Summit Trust. We've done some good work with Stefan, and it's great to have him on the podium. You will see that Stefan is a young guy making an impact on the industry. And that's something that High Street is always very keen to support, is disruptors, people that are making an impact, and the youthful exuberance of competent people moving into an industry. Stefan, to that end, is currently the chairman of the SARIPA Young Guns in the Western Cape. But he's also actively, as I say, working with the likes of Insol and others as a business rescue practitioner and solvency practitioner, where he's helping shape policy in this space. So I'm very proud and privileged to host Stefan today. He's going to share some of his insights. One thing that I must impress upon everybody is that High Street provides a very viable and effective platform for optimal value realization for distressed assets. And Stefan's target, or his topic today, will be transparency and fairness in the disposal of distressed assets. So we're very aligned to the topic today, and I'm looking forward to your commentary. So a very warm welcome to Stefan. Podium is yours, Stefan.
Thanks, Greg. Right, thank you, Greg, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Like Greg said, I am Stefan de Vries. I'm an insolvency and business rescue practitioner, and I'm an admitted attorney, but I'm non-practicing currently, just to clarify that. But to address the elephant in the room, yes, I am fairly young. I have been in the industry for about 5 years, and when Greg asked me to give a short address, I was fairly daunted by the idea of it. I mean, before me on these high street auctions, you've had MBAs, you've had PhDs, you've had real economic impact makers, and now you have me, so we'll take it as it is. But I'm very privileged. In the short span of my career, I have been working with the finest of insolvency practitioners, business rescue practitioners, bankers, attorneys, and I'm happy to be able to say that I also receive support from all the major financial institutions. So I have been busy, and I am graying already. And so I thought today, how about I give a newcomer's thought on, the whole business rescue and insolvency distressed asset sales. And it's a particular aspect that piques my interest. And essentially what I want to discuss is what I'd like to see in the future. I also want to mention that my thoughts and opinions expressed here today are those of my own. I do not speak for Summit Trust, I do not speak for High Street, or I don't speak for the whole industry in general. But I like to think that my sentiments here resonate with them as well. But let me start off by setting the scene of a distressed asset sale. We're here in a unique position. We're at the impasse between challenge or adversity and opportunity for some, where difficulties faced by some become potential prospects for others. We should bear in mind that what we witness in a distressed asset sale is the culmination of years of hard work, of blood, sweat, and tears, to use the old cliche. But due to various circumstances or reasons, your company, well, mainly outside or inside your own control, your company or your estate might find itself in financial distress, has faced its fair share of scrutiny. There have been times when public confidence has wavered, and when the actions of a few have cast a shadow upon the many. But what I want to talk about is what we're doing now to try and dispel that shadow and uplift the industry again. So distressed asset sale is not the opportunity to make a couple of easy bucks off the demise of others. The process demands the utmost integrity and professionalism from each role player, whether that role player be the liquidator, the business rescue practitioner, the master of the High Court, or the High Court. Any compromise in that sequence of events will compromise the whole system, which in turn has even far more reaching consequences. To a certain extent, wavering investor confidence, shaky securities, collapse of financial institutions. I may be a bit dramatic, but we all know that debt makes the world go around, and being able to recover on debt, or at least to a certain extent being able to recover on debt, is a central tenet into any functioning economy. So the disposal asset is a critical part of my work, and it's an area where we have the opportunity to demonstrate our commitment to the principles of transparency, fairness. And today's auction, for example, is not about the transfer of assets. It's about conducting business in a way that is open, equitable, and without reproach. Your presence here is a testament to what we can accomplish when we are all transparent. Now, there's a couple of options a practitioner can choose to dispose of a distressed asset. Each has its own pros and its own cons. You can choose to opt for an auction, either public like this one. You can choose for a private boardroom auction, a private tender, open tender, considering a pre-pack, or you can negotiate a private treaty sale. That's only just to name a few. There's a lot of options out there. Now, each of these have varying levels in transparency. And it's up to the insolvency practitioner or the business rescue practitioner is to walk the tightrope between how to keep the process as transparent as possible, whilst on the other hand, trying to be fair towards the asset and the creditors and all the stakeholders in general. So, for instance, in a public auction, and in my opinion, it's probably the best suited for auctions such as for real estate, for industrial to a certain extent as well, and to agricultural properties. But it might not always be the best contender in every case. Now, I call upon the high street guys to show me wrong on this. But let's say, for instance, you're sitting with an asset that's difficult to value, merely because it has value to only a specific part of people, a very, very specific part of people in a very specific industry. Now, let's take a stupid example, like you have an online lingerie store, and you had a lot of subscribers. It faced its share set of difficulties, but now the guy in the sleazy suit approaches. Myself, I was fairly recently in a scenario like this, has now a couple of options to choose from. And in this instance, you have to realize that this subscriber base does have value because, a lot of marketing has gone into it, years of it. You have a subscriber base of thousands of people who are interested in a very specific product. Now, in this instance, what I've seen is what you can do is you create a private tender process whereby each individual or specific company that might be interested in this asset will then deliver a private treaty to you. Now, obviously, they only know, what is this asset's value to them, because they only know what their internal operations can accommodate, whether this can mean a substantial increase in revenue and a growth of business, or maybe we'll see where it goes. Then at a certain stage, on a certain deadline, you can decide on, okay, we open all the private tenders, we read them out, and we accept the highest offer. This has some transparency in it, but you got to be in mind who opens the tenders. It's usually the insolvency practitioners, or sometimes you can have an independent third party opening the tenders and then selecting. And we've had successes in the past, no comebacks as of yet. Another disposal strategy that we see now and then, but especially in offshore jurisdictions, is that of a pre-pack. Now, a pre-pack, I'm sure most of you are aware, is a deal that was negotiated prior to the onset of insolvency. And then when the liquidator or the BRP or whatever he or she is called in that jurisdiction gets into office, can consider the deal, hopefully impartially and transparently, and sign it off. But this has a bit of an issue because your sideline creditors, the guys at the back of the queue, feel they kind of been left out of the process, that this is a sort of a phoenix company that's rising again from the ashes. It's them that was a reason for insolvency, and now they're kind of just buying it back via. So a lot of jurisdictions has fairly high pre-requirements to be able to sign off on a pre-pack, arm's length transactions, and you have to kind of tick certain boxes in that regard. But the approach has benefits. Speed, reduced cost, and you maintain the value of the business as you can keep it as a going concern. But these examples, they just demonstrate the delicate balance between trying to maintain transparency, but also to do your duty towards the asset and the interests of the general body of creditors. Does the principle of transparency really entitle all the potential purchasers to have insight into the purchase prices being offered? Now, I think you can argue it both ways. But at that stage, I think we have to kind of consider the principle of fairness and reasonableness. Now, fairness and reasonableness can also not be a tick box exercise. What is fair in one scenario might not particularly be fair in another. So, for example, in a case of a creditor holding security over an asset, we'll see that in most of the major financial institutions. And in that case, the financial institution, and it's fairly governed by law, has the right to nominate which kind of disposal process we should have to follow, and even goes so far as to nominate the auctioneer. Usually off a panel system, which they annually update, and it's just the next guy, and the next guy, I'm assuming. But this also poses a bit of a question, in that your insolvency practitioner doesn't have the discretion, in that we are appointed to do a specific job, and to kind of decide, really get stuck into it and decide what are we dealing with here, and why do we want to go a specific route. Flip side of the argument is that in that case, the insolvency practitioner or the BRP can always say, well, the bank decided on going this route, and if it is a massive disaster, you can always say, well, you guys decided to go this route, and you guys selected him. But again, the issue is with the creditors at the back of the queue. Now, they're usually not happy, they do not want to be sidelined, and when a disposal of asset has been complete, they always come with amazing stories of, if the insolvency practitioner did so-and-so, we would have all been settled. I mean, damned if you do and damned if you don't, and hindsight is always 20/20. From my perspective, it's up to the role players, the auctioneers and the insolvency practitioners, the BRPs, to really synergize together and exercise keen judgment on what should be fair and reasonable in a particular instance. Am I showing bias towards a certain creditor or a certain purchaser, for that matter? And is my actions or my omissions has a detrimental effect to anyone else? I think that's the sort of questions that should be running through your mind when you are even considering a matter from the start. And especially when you get to the disposal process, in that oftentimes you will see that the banks are maybe slightly overexposed and that their security is not as highly valued as they would have liked it to be back a couple of years ago. I mean, that's different altogether. There seems to be a bit of a disconnect between when creating the deal with the bank, they always want to value their own asset fairly high. Well, it's probably the marketing team that wants to do that because they want to write a big loan. But then when they get to us and we tell them, well, I mean, the asset might not be that much worth, there's always a bit of an issue. But I mean, be that as it may, what happens often is that your creditor, your secured creditor, is overexposed, and the asset just doesn't realize enough to settle even the secured creditor. In that instance, is it really of a consequence to consider the back of the line creditors? I think it does. I think you have to be able to take accountability for your own actions and consider the deal that you've just taken out, and if there's comebacks offered, to be able to explain to whoever's asking on why you did what you did. But I mean, we're not infallible. We make mistakes. We say or do the wrong thing at the wrong time. But at the end of another disposal process, we should ask ourselves, what can we do better next time? How can we make the process fairer and more transparent? Did I exercise my judgment on a reasonable basis, or did I just shoot it off and hope for the best? Now, that's more of a virtue. We have to really consider it, and being virtuous in that regard, considering the real principles of transparency and reasonableness and fairness, keep it up. Think about it all the time, throughout the whole process. But I mean, that's enough philosophizing. What happens if it is evident that a particular role player is not that virtuous? That something smells fishy, something is fishy, and you can prove it. And you've been harmed. What do you do then? Well, one option to do is you can run off to court, but bear in mind, I mean, it's a double-edged blade, in that you do it at your own peril. I mean, just within this week, we've successfully batted an interdict against one of our auctions that we've arranged, properly constituted, properly advertised, by an interested party who essentially just wanted us to force well, essentially just want to force us to rubber stamp on a deal that they've negotiated prior to insolvency, and making all kinds of accusations that, well, you're not considering us, but the courts are hesitant to interfere too much in the discretion of the liquidators. I mean, at the end of the day, we are officers of the court, so we do have a duty towards everyone around. So they are not that keen to interfere too much. If we tick the boxes, if we did whatever's right by way of the law, then we have to do what we have to do. So in that instance, they got a bit of a hiding, and we got a cost order against them. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. You can also report insolvency practitioners, especially insolvency practitioners, to the Master of the High Court. Now, they have fairly wide-ranging powers. They are our overseeing body, and they have the power to actually call us in to an inquiry in front of them, get us under oath, and then really grill on what you did here and why you did what you did. In my short experience, I have never seen it, or if there is something like that going in the background, I haven't heard of it yet. And I think you can make your own deductions off that on whether that process is really followed. And that's why I come to my next point, is that I think probably the most effective way of keeping an insolvency practitioner or keeping a business rescue practitioner or an auctioneer accountable for his or her actions is to go to the professional regulatory body that we are obligated to form part of. I mean, without that, we cannot practice. And we subscribe to a certain code of conduct, and they can take internal disciplinary measures against us. And if they're successful, and I mean there's a legitimate issue with something that we've done, they can revoke our membership, and by virtue of that, we'll use our licenses. So, if you're unhappy with the fact that I've been wasting a lot of your time with my blabbering, you can always go to SARIPA. I see their banner is back there, and you can fill in a complaint form, ask for Angela, she knows me, and we can just take it from there. But, I mean, in closing, to the industry colleagues who may be present, even online, that makes it even better, I want to emphasize that each of us has a role to play in shaping the future of our profession. Every transaction we oversee, every process that we manage, is an opportunity to demonstrate our commitment to ethical practice and professional excellence. But so let us enjoy this auction, where every potential buyer in this room, online or over the phone, has the opportunity to participate. The rules are clear. I'm sure Greg will bore us with that later. And the outcome is not determined by backroom deals, but by the market itself. Therefore, I just want to thank you for actually your participation here today. Because whether you're just here as a potential buyer or interested party or an industry colleague, even your mere presence on here, online, being recorded, it gives legitimacy to the process. We have a paper trail of it, and you can keep us accountable for our actions here today. So, before I pass over to a Q&A session, I don't know if we have time. Yeah, we might have a bit. I just want to say thank you to Greg for having us, and thank you for the tremendous job you did for us a couple of weeks back. Post-auction negotiation really pushed it up, and we were happy to sign that deal off. And all this whilst I was chilling in France on leave. So thanks for Greg. Thanks. Kind of. Yeah, I can be for a bit.
Thank you, Stefan, for a very educated and informed view on transparent and ethical practice in the business rescue and insolvency space. Thank you so much.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And now I'm
Gonna play a video.
auctioneer will take the podium and enjoy the rest of the year. Thanks, Stefan.
everybody, and welcome to our virtual property auction. Sold.
Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a sunny afternoon at Bryanston Country Club. My name is Steph Olivier. I'll be your auctioneer, and this is the High Street Auction Company. Stefan, I would like to say thank you very much for that little speech, and I presume that High Street will make sure that we impress you with our next lingerie auction. So we'll definitely make sure we do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is auction time. We've got 17 fantastic properties on the auction block here. First of all, the rules of auction. Afterwards, we'll start with the lot number 1. And a little bit more volume, please. Right, the rules of auction is as follows. These rules of auction comply to too much. Section 45 of the Consumer Protection Act, 68 of 2008, and regulations here to the CPA, including where applicable, the conducting of an auction by way of electronic medium or platform. In accordance with the provisions of the CPA, the High Street Auction Company and the auctioneer hereby declares as follows. Each lot is, unless announced to the contrary, regarded to be subject to a separate transaction. The sale in respect of any lot is complete when the auctioneer announces its completion by the fall of the hammer and the statement sold. And until then, a bid may be retracted, provided an announcement by the auctioneer to the effect that the final bid has been received and has been accepted shall be deemed to the fall of the hammer. Unless otherwise announced, all lots are sold subject to a reserve price and a 5 business day acceptance period in favor of the seller. Unless otherwise announced, all lots are sold, as I said, unless otherwise announced, the High Street Auction Company and the auctioneer are entitled to bid on behalf of the seller up to the reserve price and no more. The auction will commence and will not be delayed to allow the specific persons or persons to take part in the auction. The bidder acknowledges that should his bid be knocked down as the highest bid in respect to any lot bid upon, we still got a lot of reverb on the microphone, a buyer's premium of 10% plus VAT shall be payable over and above the bid price on the fall of the hammer, unless otherwise stated. The bidder also acknowledges that should his bid be knocked down as the highest bid in respect to any lot bid upon, a 5% deposit shall be payable on the fall of the hammer, unless otherwise stated. In the event that a cash deposit is made, the depositor will be liable to bank for all bank charges relating to this transaction. Then a bidder acknowledges that any funds paid to the auctioneer, being the registration fee or the balance of the deposit, due in the terms of conditions of sale, must be paid back and refunded into the bank account where the funds were paid from originally. Then the bidder acknowledges that any bidder who intends to bid on behalf of another person must produce a letter of authority that complies with regulations 26.3 of the CPA, which states that such letter must expressly authorize such a bidder to do so. The bidder acknowledges and understands that should his bid be the highest bid, his bid will then be obligated to sign the auctioneer's stand agreement of sale by public auction, which agreement to the bidder acknowledgements have been himself been acquainted therewith. The High Street Auction Company has a trust account which is audited in terms of the State Agency Affairs Act, and all monies will be paid to the benefit of the seller minus the agreed commission. The auctioneer will announce the reason for the auction unless such reason is normal and voluntary disposal of the property by the owner. All bidders must register prior to the commencement of the auction, pay the registration deposit, read the rules of auction, comply with all FICA requirements, and provide proof of ID, residence, authority to transact on a normal formal letterhead. The bidder's record and vendor's roll are required to be kept in terms of the CPA and will be available for inspection free of charge during normal business hours. Any person presented at the auction may object to the rules of auction and shall be recorded in the vendor's roll. The cost of this auction as follows. Cost of advertising, cost of online campaign and virtual streaming, and cost of the event conducting an auction, a total of 1,891,300. A lot of reverb now, guys, on the sound, please. The conduct of the auction is subject to the control of the auctioneer, who has the sole right to regulate the bidding. The auction shall be on the rise and the property sold to the highest bidder subject to the rules of auction. The bidder acknowledges that he's been afforded a reasonable period of time and opportunity to inspect the property prior to the commencement of the auction, and is contemplated in terms of Regulation 28B of the CPA, which inspection the auctioneer was obligated to provide the bidders either electronically or in the traditional manner physical inspection pursuant to the applicable laws in such a time available. The bidder further agrees that he has viewed the property and that he has ascertained the state of the property pursuant to having been provided with a complete tour. The following provisions are applicable for auction conducted by electronic and virtual means. The auction shall be also completed via our video link and our High Street Auction application that is downloadable on the Google Play and the Apple stores. It is then generally available to any person over the age of 18, provide high standards of security in electronic transactions, and also provides for easy access to all prescribed records. The auctioneer may require execution of documents to be performed by means of electronic signature and contemporaneous remote view together with exchange of documents to be performed by electronic means. These rules of auction has not been amended after the initial publication. So if anybody heard anything I said, thank you very much for listening. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's auction time. Let's have some fun. Lot number one. Lot number one. We're starting with lot number one, ladies and gentlemen. Bid to Sean, bid to Tim, bid to Greg, bid to Grant. My guys will be up and down on the auction floor as well. There is some telephonic bids coming in, and there will be online bids on my left-hand side on the screen also streaming in. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Without further ado, a lot number one. Unit number 4, Regency Terrace, 4B 5th Avenue, Edinburgh, Rivonia. Dobby is taking us to a beautiful property of a GBA of 176, a business for secure sectional title office, which is in an excellent location. Improvements of 176 square meters, reception area, private office space, boardrooms, 2 bathrooms, kitchenette, 6 covered and 4 under parking bays. Modern finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first lot right here today. The auction is going to start. Hey, better go, starting now, better go. Let's start bidding at 500,000. At 500,000 opening bid. 500,000 opening bid for lot 500 bid. 500 opening bid. Thank you. Lot number 1 is open. 500,000 opening bid. 500 now. 750,000 now. At 750 bid. 750,000. At 500 opening bid. 500 now. 750. At 750,000. We have 750,000 now. But 1 million now. At 1 million now. But a million bid now. 750,000 stands. At 750,000. This is lot number 1. At 750,000, a bit of 750, asking for 1 million now. At 1 million now, but a bit of 1 million now, but a bit of 1 million bit to go. Online yard. 750,000. At 750,000. First call. At 750,000. 750 now, but a bit of 750, asking for 1 million. At 1 million now, but a bit of 1 million now. 750,000. Second call. Are we done? 750,000. We are selling. Third and final call. 750,000 rand. Sold at 750,000 rand. Congratulations. Is there anything more? Yeah. Yeah. Lot number 2. Mike, can you guys hear me there at the back? Can you? All right, here we go. Lot number 2. We at Grier's property. We are going to Fontainebleau. They say Fontainebleau. I'm French speaking. Thank you, Stefan, for that. It is in Randburg, ladies and gentlemen, an earth size of 6,389 square meters. Site improvements of 3,810 plus the basement of 2,600. Zoning is correct. It is business 1 zone, landmark neighborhood center, high-yielding retail center, anchored by the quality mutton butchery. Gross annual income of plus minus 5.8 million rand. Comprised of 12 shops together with upper level offices, basement parking, garages and storage. Well maintained with ample parking. Covenant Neighborhood Center. Ladies and gentlemen, that is lot number 2. Opening bid. Where to go, but it's not opening bid. 15 million now. At 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million opening bid. At 15 million opening bid, a bit of 15 million now. On the phone, I have a bidder on the phone at 15 million now. 17.5, but a bit of 17.5 million now. At 17.5 now, but a bit of 17.5. Asking for 17.5 million now. Opening bid at 15 is in 17.5. At 17.5 million now, but a bit of 17.5. 17.5 million is in. 17.5 million bid is in at 17.5 million now. At 17 asking for 20 million bid. At 20 million now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a landmark neighborhood center. At 20 million now, but a bit of 20 million now, but a bit of 20 million bid. At 20, a bit of 20, asking for 20 million now. 17.5 is in, asking for 20 million now. At 20 million now, but a bit of 20 million now, but a bit of 20 million a bit. Any bit of 20 million. 20 million. At 20 million, a bit of 20 now, 22.5. 20 million now. We got you at 20 Greer. 20 million is in now, 22.5. At 22.5 now, but a bit of 22.5. She's just making sure. At 22.5 million now. At 22.5 now, but a bit of 22 now, but a 22.5 million a bit. At 22.5. 20 million is in. At 20 million now, but a bit of 20 million, a bit of 20 million. 21 million. 21 million is in. Now 22. At 22 million now, but over 22 million now, but over 22 a bit. At 22 million, but over 22. 21 is in. Asking for 22. At 22 million now, but over 22 now, but over 22 million a bit. 21 is in. Asking for 22. At 22 now, but over 22 now. Oh, 21,500. Starting early with me today. At 21,500,000. At 20,500,000. 21, but 21,500. 21,500. Asking for 22 now. That's 500,000 more. At 500,000 more, but 22 now, but 22. 22 is back. You started something now. Now 22 and a half. At 22 and a half, but 22 and a half, but 22 and a half now. Ask Ria to stand still, please. I can't follow her. At 22 and a half. At 22 and a half now, but 22 and a half. Gria, you out. I have 22 million, asking for 22 and a half. At 22 and a half now, but over 22 and a half, but over 22 and a half to bid. The bid is at 22 million. 22 million, but 22 million. First call at 22 now. At 22 million, but over 22 million now, but over 22 million now. 22 and a half. At 22 and a half is in, but over 22 and a half now, but over 22 and a half million is in. 23 million now. At 23, but over 23 now, but over 23 million a bid. At 23, but over 23 now, but over 23 to bid. 22.5 million. 22.5 million, a bit of 22.5 million going once at 22.5 million. On the phone. Floor is up. Online you still out. Phone is in. 22.5 million. Second call at 22.5, a bit of 22.5, a bit of 22.5 million a bit. Third and final call, ladies and gentlemen. 22.5 million. Going once, going twice. Third and final call on the phone with you. 22.5 million rand. Sold at 22.5 million rand. Congratulations. Oh, the boss is cheering me on. It's got to be good. Lot number 3. Lot number 3 is 22 Hans van Rensburg Street. It's the first street I can announce and express myself. 22 Afrikaans van Rensburg Street in Polokwane. Ladies and gentlemen, lot number 3, Harry is taking us all the way to Polokwane. A high exposure office facility. High exposure office facility. Some great properties in the auction block here this morning. Earth size, plus minus 2,850. Site improvements of 1,421. Zoning is correct, business 4. This is a well-positioned office facility, basement and open parking base, multiple private and open plan offices, good visibility and exposure, standby generators in place, neat and well maintained. Proximity to the Polokwane Central and Peter Mugabe Stadium, Limpopo Mall, and close all other public amenities. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great opportunity. We are at lot number 3, opening bid. We are opening bid at 15 million now. At 15 million now, but about 15 million opening bid. 15 million, but about 15 million now. 15 million opening bid at 15. At 15 million opening bid at 15 now. Asking for 16 million now. At 16 million now, but about 16 million bid, but 16 million bid. 15 opening bid. At 16 million now, but about 16 million now. 16 million, better, 16. At 16 is in, better, 16. 17 million. 17 million is in, better, 17 now, better, 17 million bid. 16 million stands. Asking for 17 million bid. At 17 now, better, 17 now, better, 17 million a bid. 16 million is in. At 17 now, better, 17 now, better, 17 million a bid. 97. First call already. 16 million. Asking for 17 million now, better, 17 million now, better, 17 million a bid. 16 million stands. At 16 million now, better, 16 million now. Asking for 16 and a half. At 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half, 500,000 more if you like. Shorty, 16 and a half. At 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half million a bit. 16 million cents. At 16 and a half. At 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half, but over 16 and a half. 16 and a half is in now. 16 and a half asking for 17 million. At 17 now, but over 17 now, but over 17 million a bit. At 17 now, but over 17. 16 and a half stands. At 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half going once. 16 and a half million. Going twice now. At 16.5 million. Telephone, we are connecting with the telephone. At 16.5 now, but over 16.5 now, asking for 17 million now. At 17 now, but over 17 now, but over 17 million bid. 16.5 is the bid that stands. This is a beautiful high exposure office facility, well positioned office facility, earth size of 2,850. If I haven't mentioned it before, projected annual income of plus minus 2.7 million rand per annum. So ladies and gentlemen, that is still, we're standing now, but everybody's standing now at 16.5, asking for 17 million now. At 17 now, but over 17 million now, but over 17 million a bit. 16.5 stands. asking for 17 million. At 17 million now, but his opponent 17 million. Yes or no? Harry but at 17 million now, but at 17 million. 16 and a half stands, calling it once. At 16 and a half. Calling it twice. No. Yes or no? 17 million. At 17, yes or no? I have 16 and a million. Second call. At 16 and a half, but at 16 and a half, asking for 17 million. Don't tell him your family history. Ask him yes or no. 17 million. At 17 million now, but over 17 million. Hammers high. I am selling. 16 and a half now, but over 16 and a half going once. 16 and a half million going twice. Phone is out. 16 and a half million rand. Sold at 16 and a half million rand. Right. Some great music coming down. Lots of number 4. Traveling to Limpopo with Angelique, taking us to 441 Sandpiper Street, Riverside Estate, Tasneen, Limpopo. Development opportunity adjacent a fuel retail site. What an incredible opportunity on lot number 4. This expansive property represents one of the last substantial commercial zoned sites in the area, offering significant potential for unique estate developments or commercial projects. Ideally situated next to a new development for a fuel station. So a lot of feet, a lot of traffic. Zoning, business zone 3. Listen to this, earth size of 66,309 square meters. Site improvements 1,421. It features a 713 square meter storeroom, 5 one-bedroom units, MTN cell phone tower, never run out of reception, except with a few cell C. So, you can laugh, it's fine, don't worry, you can laugh. 315 kVA bulk electrical supply, currently utilizing only 100 kVA. 2 liquor licenses, retail and restaurant. The laugh is a little bit late now. Borehole and large reservoir with a capacity of 2 million litres. 2 water, sanitation supply lines and a swimming pool, don't forget that. The property enjoys excellent access to major roads, including the R71 and the R36 highways. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot to mention, but for a great property, lot number 4. At lot number 4, where a bit of go, a bit of start and a bit of go. 10 million, opening bit of 10. 10 stands, opening million, 10 million now, but a 10 million now. 10 million opening bit of 10. Should be an easy 10. 10 million opening bit of 10 we have. 10 million bit of 10 we have, but about 11 million now. Had 11 million now, but about 11 million now. We still have a phone as well. Had 11 million now, but about 11 million now, but 10 is in about 11 million now. Had 11 million now, but 11 million now, but 11 million now. 11 is in now, but 12 million now. At 12, but about 12, but about 12. 12 million, but about 12 million now, but about 12. 12 is in about 12 million now. 13. At 13 million now, but about 13 bit. At 13 million now, 12 million is in, asking for 13 million now. At 13, but about 13, but about 13 million now. 12 million stands, asking for 13 million. At 13 million now, but about 13 million now. 12 million stands, 12, but about 12, but about 12. And about 13. At 13 now, but 12. First call at 12 and a bit of 12. I'll take 12.5 million. 12.5 million now, but 12.5 million now. 13 million. At 13 million now, but 13 million now, but 13 million bid. At 13 now, but 13 now, but 13 now, but 13 now. 13 million, but 13. First call now. 12.5 million. At 12.5, asking for 13. 13 is back. 13 million now, but 13 million now. At 13 million now, but 13 million now, but 13 million bid. 12.5 stands. 12 and a half, 13 now. 13 is in, 13 and a half. 13 and a half million now, but over 13 and a half. 13 million is a bit, about 13 million is the bid. 13 million now. At 13 million now, but over 13 million, asking for 13 and a half. At 13 and a half, but over 13 and a half. 13 million. First call, 13 million. At 13 million now, but over 13 million now, but over 13 million now. Second call, ladies, 13 and a half. At 13 and a half now, asking for 14 million bid. At 14 now, but about 14 million now, but about 14 million now. What a great opportunity in Limpopo. At 14 million now. At 14 million now, but about 14 million now. 13 and a half stands. At 13 and a half now, but about 13 and a half. First call, 13 and a half million. Second call it is. At 13 and a half million now. I'm asking for 14 million. At 14 million now, but about 14 is in. 14 million is in, about 14 and a half. At 14 and a half now, but about 14 and a half now, but about 14 and a half million a bit. Phone is out. Phone is out. 14 million now. At 14 million now, but about 14 million now, but about 14 million now. At 14 million now, but about 14 million. First call at 14 million. Any offers for 14 and a half? At 14 and a half now, but a bit of 14 and a half. Bidders at 14 million. At 14 million now, but a bit of 14 million. Second call at 14 million. Going once. Going twice. We are selling at 14 million rand. Sold at 14 million rand. Well done. Much better. I like it. Right, lot number 5. Lot number 5. Cherise is taking us to Umhlanga. I said we're going to travel through South Africa today. We're all over. It's fantastic. Great properties in all the provinces. Tenanted medical facility in Umhlanga, section 15 and 16 of the Centenary 30 Meridian Drive. This is a unit size of plus minus 272 plus an extra 131. Located on the third floor of the Centenary building in 30 Meridian Drive, Umhlanga, this prime medical space offers a total gross lettable area of 403 square meters. This clinic is fully tenanted by the Life Group, a very well known and situated group with a secure lease in place until 30th of April 2029. Ensuring a stable rental income for the foreseeable future. The property generates a gross income of approximately 1.7 million rand per annum, making it an attractive investment opportunity. Positioned in the heart of Umhlanga, vibrant medical precinct, this facility benefits its proximity to major healthcare services and the ease of accessibility to all patients. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an incredible opportunity. Lot number 5, we have phones, we have live, we have online, and we are selling. Opening bid, ladies and gentlemen, opening bid, 8 million for a great opportunity, 8 million rand. Opening bid at 8, asking for 9 million now. At 9 now, but a 9 now, opening bid at 8 million now, asking for 9 million. At 9 million now, but a 9 million now, but a 9 million a bit. 8 million is in, but a 9. At 9 million now, but a 9 million now, but a 9 million a bit. 8 million is in, asking for 9 million. At 9 on the floor. 9 million is on the floor. Sean, your man is in here at 9 million right here in front. At 9 million is in at 9 million, asking for 10 million now. Have it a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million bit. 9 is on the floor. Right here at Bryanston Country Club. 9, but a bit of 9, asking for 10 million now. Have it a bit of 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million a bit. At 10, a bit of 10. 10, a bit of 10 million now. Phones, you're wasting your time. My bid is in at 9 million. I bid at 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million. 10 is in, thank you, Greg. First to wake up. At 10 million is in, but a bit of 10 million now, 11 million, sir. At 11 million now, but 11 million now, but 11 million now. At 11 million now, you can put pressure on them or you can wait. It's up to you. At 11 million now, but 11 million now. 10 million is on the phone. At 10 million now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10. At 10 is in, but a 10 now, but 11 million. At 11 million now, but 11 million now. Hammer is high. First call already. 10 million. At 11 million now, but 11 million now, but 11 million bid. At 11 million now. I have the bid at 10 million on the phone. At 10 million now, but over 10 million now, but over 10 million now. Do I offer 10 and a half? Do I offer 10 and a half, sir? For you on the floor at 10 and a half million? He says no. I have the bid on the phone at 10 million now. The rest of the phones at 10 and a half, but over 10 and a half now, but over 10 and a half million a bit. On the phone is 10 million. At 10 million now, but over 10 million now, but over 10 million now. I have to just ask if there's any other offer, you are allowed to make it. Just don't go at 10,000 more, please, sir. I'll be fired on the spot. 10 and a quarter. He is out, no pressure. On the phone is 10 million now. At 10, over 10 going once, 10 million. Going twice now. At 10 million now, but over 10 million now, but over 10 million now. Floor is out. The phone is in. At 10 million rand. Sold at 10 million rand. Congratulations. Well done to our underbid on the floor as well. Thank you very much. We're moving to lot number 6. Tim. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately with lot number 6, there was no registered buyers for this specific item. We are going to move this to private treaty. So for lot number 6, Van der Bijl Park, 34 Fairbank Street, If you are interested in this incredible industrial development opportunity, please speak to Tim. We will move that straight to private treaty. He's the good-looking man there right at the back, not the auctioneer in front. Right, here we go. Lot number 7. Lot number 7. Cherise, is the nerve still holding? Here we go. Getting everybody online. We're going to lot number 7. You happy with that? Can we sell lot number 7 for you? No, we've already passed lot number 6. So we're going to 7. It's okay. I can see the nerves are getting the better of you. It's okay. It's okay. Section 1, Clark Square, 20 Clark Road, Bulwer in Durban. Our tenanted medical dialysis facility. Commercial and business zoning situated on 260 Clark Road, Durban. This multi-level property hosts a well-established dialysis clinic with a lease in place until the 30th of April 2029, generating a gross annual income of approximately 5.2 million. This property presents a solid investment opportunity with stable rental returns. The property enjoys a prime location in close proximity to Musgrave and the Durban CBD, offering an easy access to major transport routes and key amenities. With a solid tenant and a strong income stream, this property offers a compelling investment in a highly sought-after area in Durban. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible opportunity. Phone bidders, live bidders, online bidders. We are selling lot number 7. At lot number 7 here, bit ago, bit of start any half ago. We're moving to Durban. 25 million opening bid. At 25 now, bit of 25, bit of 25 million opening bid. Opening bid is at 25. At 25 now, bit of 25, asking for 27.5. At 27.5 million now. At 27.5, bit of 27.5. 27.5 million bid. 25 is in. 27.5. At 27.5, bit of 27.5, bit of 20. I'll take 26 million. 26 million, bit of 26 million. 26 is in, bit of 26 million now. 26 million is in, but at 26 now, asking for 27 million now. At 27 now, but at I don't mind working. At 27 million now, but at 27 million bid. At 27 now, but at 27 now, but at 27. At 27 now, but at 27. Any bidder on phone at 27 now, 26 stands, asking for 27. Any bidder on phone at 27 now, but at 27. At 27 now, but at 27. 27. 27 million now, but at 27, asking for 28 million now. At 28 now, but over 28 million now, but over 28 million a bit. Bidders in at 27 million. Asking for 28 million now. At 28 now, but over 28 now, but over 28 million a bit. But over 28 million now. 1 million more. Have it over 27 is in, but at 27 now, asking for 28 million now. 27 million. First call already. 27 now, but asking for 28 million now. At 28 now, but over 28 now, but over 28 million now. 28. Now 29. 28 over to 29. At 29 now, but over to 29 now, but over to 29 now. 28 is in, asking for 29 million. 29 over to 29 now, but over to 29 million bid. 28 million is in. At 28 million, asking for 29 million. At 29 now, hammer is high at 28. First call, 28 million now. Second call, at 28 now, but over to 28, asking for 29 million now. Mike, where are you at? At 28 now, asking for 29. At 29 now, but over to 29, but at 28 now, but over to 28. Third and final call. In or out? Yes or no? 28 and a half? In or out? At 28 now, but over to 28 now, but over to 28 going once. 28 million now, but over to 28 million. 28 at 500. 28 500. At 28 500 now, but over to 29. At 29 million now, but over to 29 million now, but over to 29 million to go. 500,000 more. 28 and a half. At 28.5 million now, but over to 28.5 million on the phone. Floor, you're out. 29. Floor is in at 29. 29 million is in, but over to 29 now, 29 and a half. At 29 and a half now, but over to 29 and a half. 29 and a half now, but over to 29 and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm raising the hammer at 29 million. At 29 now, but over to 29 now. Mike, say, doctor, please. 29 million. At 29 now, but over to 29 million. 29 million going once. I need at 500,000 more. At 500,000 more, but over to 500,000 more. I will take 50 just because he's a doctor. 29,250,000. I need 29,500,000. At 29,500,000. At 29,500,000 now. 29,250,000. At 29,250,000 now, but at 29,250,000 on the phone. 250 more. I need 250 more, whatever, 250 more, whatever, 250 more. Greg, are you in or out? 30. I heard it right. 30 million. 30. 30 million is in. At 30 million is in, bid of 30 million now. 30,250,000. 30,250,000. You can shout at me anytime, Greg. At 30 million, now, bid of 30 now, bid of 30 now. 30,250,000. At 30,250,000 now. Don't lose out, Mike. 30 million, is that a yes? 30,250,000. 30,250 now, bid of 30,250. First call at 30 million. 30,250. Don't go there, but 30,250. Second call. Mike, don't lose. Don't lose. Greg, your man is in. 30 million. 30 million now, but a bit of 30 million going once at 30 million. 250 more. 100 more. Last call. I don't mind working per hour. 30,100,000. Last call. 30 million is in, but 30 million now going once. 30,100,000. Last opportunity. Going once. Going twice. 31. There we go. Not playing around anymore. 31 million is in. 31 million is in, but 31 million now. 31,500,000. I'm asking for 31,500,000 now. I have 31 on the floor. 31 million now. I have 31 million now, but 31 million now, but 31 million a bid. 31 million now. Mike, are you done? Phone is dead. Greg, I'm still asking. I'm still asking. I've got 31 million now, but 31 million on the floor. Going once. 31 million. Going twice now. At 31 million. Asking for 31,250,000. Third and final call. Raise the hammer. 31 million going once, twice. We selling. Sold 31 million rand. Congratulations. Right. Lot number 8. Lot number 8, 14 Fraser Street, Van der Bijl Park, is industrial development opportunity with Tim. No registered buyers. We are moving this to private treaty. Lot number 9, Dovi, lot number 9. Just a quick note, there is a lot of interest in this property. It is the rural retail, long-standing national tenant. It is 18 Kerk Street in Graskop. A lot of opportunity with long-standing tenants of Spar, Tops, and Pep. Unfortunately, we are short documentation and information regarding this property. And High Street believes we need to have everything in place before we take this to market. Although we do have a lot of interest in this property, there is relevant documentation that is still short. We will move lot number 9, this property, to our last auction for the year on the 28th of November. So for next month, you can speak to Davi if you need any more information. There's a lot of interest, but we will be moving this lot to the 28th of November. Thank you, Davi. Right, lots number 10. Many. I think Stefan has left the building with the next liquidation auction. I don't know if he's still here. I think his plane has left, or is they taking the bus? Stefan's taking the bus. Lots number 10, the liquidation of redevelopment opportunity. This is 16 Lincoln Road, Benoni South. It is site improvements of plus minus 6,329. A total earth size of 2.86 hectares. I can hear the buzz in the crowd. Zoning is industrial 1. 11 kVA power at substation, gross building area approximately 6,300. Zone industrial 1. It is the former Benoni abattoir. It is well connected to all major transportation routes, including the N12 and the R21. For the liquidation, ladies and gentlemen, there is slightly different rules and regulations and commission structures in place. I have to mention this regarding the liquidators. There is only a 6% commission chargeable on this property. 14 business day acceptance period, 30 business days for delivery of guarantees, seller to settle all arrears, levies, rates, and taxes. The purchaser is responsible for all compliance certificates, including electrical certificates of compliance, possession, and occupation on transfer. What an incredible opportunity. We are going to have some fun on lot number 10. Multiple registrations. Ladies and gentlemen, lots number 10, liquidation, redevelopment opportunity, opening bid, 2.5 million. Yes, you heard me right. 2.5, but a bit of 2.5. 2.5 million is in. 2.5 is in, but a bit of 5 million now. At 5, but a bit of 5, but a bit of 5. 5 million stands. 5 million is in, but a bit of 5 now. 7.5 million now. At 7, but a bit of 5 is in now. 7.5 million now. At 7.5 million now, but a bit of 7.5 now. 7.5 million bet. 5 million already in. 7.5 now, but a 7.5. 7.5, but a 7.5, but a bit of 7.5 million now. 5 million is in, 7.5. I have the 5 at 7.5 now, but a bit of 7.5 now, but a bit of 7.5 million bet. Ladies and gentlemen, 7.5 now. Great opportunity. Phone is in at 5. Asking for 7.5 million now. Valued a lot more. I have the bid at 5 million on the phone with Manny. Asking for 7.5. At 7.5 million now, but a bit of 7.5 now, but a bit of 7.5 million bet. 7.5. 7.5 next bid is in. 7.5 is in, but a 7.5 million now. Asking for 10 million now. Here, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 million bet. 7.5 stands. Asking for 10 million now. I'm not playing around with hundreds and thousands. I need 10 million now. 7.5 is on the phone. 7.5, but a bit of 7.5. Asking for 10 million now. Here, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 million bet. Guys asking once. 7.5 million asking once. Going once. 7.5. How much? 9. I like your style. 9 million is in. 9 million now, but a bit of 9 million now, but a bit of 9 million on the phone. 9 million is in, asking for 10 million now. Here, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 million bet. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, speed it up at 10 million now. 9 is on the phone, asking for 10 million now. 10 million now, but a bit of 10 million now. I'm not taking shorters. I need 10 million now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10. I have 9 million. A bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now, but a bit of 10 now. A lot more value in this property than 10 million now. 9 million. First call. 9, but a bit of 9 now, but a bit of 9 million now. Asking for 10 million now. 10 is in, thank you. At 10 is in, a bit of 10 million now. 11 million now. On the block at 11 million now. Here 11 million now, but a bit of 11 million now, but 11 million bet. 10 is in on the phone. 11 million now. Here 11 million now, but 11 million now, but 11 million bet. 10 million in. Asking for a million more. 11 million bet. What an incredible liquidation redevelopment opportunity. 11 million. Had 11 million now. 11, thank you. 11 million is in. 11 million is in, but 11 million now, asking for 12 million now. Here, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12. 11 million stands. Here, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12. Do not come with shorties. I'm not taking shorties. At 11 now, but 11 asking for 12 million now. At 12, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12. At 12 million now, but a bit of 12, and at 11 million. 12 is in. 12 million is in. At 12 now, but a bit of 12. 13. At 13 million now, but a bit of 13 million now. Do not lose out, ladies and gentlemen. At 13 million now, but a bit of 13 million now. 12 is on the phone and stand strong. 12 million, but a bit of 12 million, but a bit of 12. Do I raise the hammer already? At 12, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12. First call. 12 million. At 12, but a bit of 12, but a bit of 12. 13 is back. 13 million, thank you, but a bit of 13 million, but a bit of 13. Asking for 14 million now. If a bit of 14 now, but a bit of 14 now. If you show me that one more time. At 13 is in, I'm asking for 14 million now. At 14 now, but a bit of 14 now, but a bit of 14 million now. 13 million is in. 13 now, but a bit of 13 now. Did he say please?
Did you say please?
14 is in, thank you. 14 is in, but a bit of 14 now, but a bit of 14 million now. At 14 million now, but a bit of 14 million now. Asking for 15 million. 1-5. 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million now, but a bit of 15 million now. We are selling this property. 14 million now, but a bit of 14. 15 is in. Quick on the button, I like it. 15 million is in, but a bit of 15 million now. Now 16. At 16 million now, but a bit of 16 million now. Give him the other half. 15,500. 15,500 now, but a bit of 15,500. Now it's an easy sell for you. 16 million. 16 is an easy sell. 16 million is in, but a 16 and a half. At 16 and a half now, but a bit of 16 and a half, but a bit of 16 and a half million now. He started something, Peter. At 16 and a half now, but a bit of 16 and a half. 16 million is in. At 16 million now, but a bit of 16 million in. He's very strong. 16 million. Hammer's eye. We are going to Benoni. At 16 million now, but a bit of 16 million now, but a bit of 16 million. 16,500. At 16,500 now, but a bit of 16,500 now. Asking for 17 million now. 17. At 17 million now, but a bit of 17. 17 and a half. The battle is on at 17 and a half. At 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half now, but a bit of 17 and a half million bid. 17 million stands. 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million. First goal. 17 no. 17 million now, but a bit of 17 million. Second call. Hammer is I need 17 and a half. 17 and a half. I have 17 million. Going once at 17 million. Going twice at 17 million. Floor is out. Online is out. Phone is in. 17 million going once, twice. Third and final call. Sold at 17 million rand. number 11. Lot number 11. Niels traveled to Honeydew, 22 Volker Street. He went there on his own adieu. Rusty Hook. That is the earth size of plus minus 6 hectares. Site improvements of plus minus 4,000. This is the landmark operational restaurant and wedding venue called Rusty Hook. So let's hook this one, ladies and gentlemen. The zoning rights of Earth 101 is private open space. Earth 102 is residential 1. And a portion 192 to 724 is agricultural. This is the established operational restaurant and wedding venue, selling as a going concern and additional properties. Additional to rental units, the projected income is plus minus 125,000 Rand per month. Total earth size of 6 hectares, as we mentioned. Abundance of parking. You can park all over the whole 6 hectares if you like. Full inventory, ideal venue for large festival markets and gatherings. Load shedding free with a large generator, includes residential units and a warehouse. Situated close to Beyers Naudé in Honeydew Ridge. This is a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty Hook. This is Rusty Hook, lot number 11. The wedding venue and restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, where would it go? Where would it start opening bid? Opening bid at 8 million. 8 million now, but over 8 million now. Huge opportunity. 8 million. At 8 million now, but over 8 million now, but over 8. 8 million now, but 8 is in, but over 9 million now. Here, but over 9, but over 9, but over 9. 9 million now, but over 9 million now. 9 is in, but over 9 now, but over 10 million. But over 10 now, but over 10 million now, but over 10 million bid. 9 is in, but over 9. Niels Jana, you over 10 million now. Here, but over 10 now, but over 10 now, but over 10. No, nothing small. See what Benny started. At 10 million now, but over 10 million now. At 10, but over 10. 10 is in, but over 10 now, but 11 million now. Here, 11 million now, but over 11 million now. 10 million is in, 11 million now. At 11 million now, but 11 million now, but over 11 million now. 10 and a half, I'll take. 11 million now. Had 11 million now, spirit of bidding 11 million. Had 11 million now, but 11 million now, but 10 and a half. First call, 10, 11. 11 million now, but 11 million is in. 11 million now, but 11 and a half. Had 11 and a half now, but 11 and a half, but 11 and a half million bid. 11 million is in, asking for 11 and a half. Had 11 and a half, but 11 and a half now, but 11 and a half to go. Online, where are you now? 11 and a half is in. 11 and a half, but 11 and a half. 11 and a half is in. 11 and a half is in, 11 and a half is in now, 12 million. At 12 million now, but about 12 million now, but about 12 million bid. 11 and a half is in, asking for 12 million now. But about 12, but about 12, but about 12. 11 and a half million. First call, 11 and a half, but 11 and a half. Second call now, 11 and a half million now for Rusty Hook. 11 and a half, but 11 and a half. Third and final call, 11 and a half million Rand. We're selling, sold 11 and a half million Rand. Right, lot number 12. Sorry for that, my timing was off. Lot number 12, going to the beautiful city of Cape Town, that once more was voted one of the best cities in the world. I'm from Cape Town, by the way. Section 702. You can move back, Sean, if you like. 21 Bloom Street, Cape Town, city centre. Furnish yourself with a fantastic Airbnb property in Cape Town city centre. This unit is a lovely self-catering unit located in a secure flat rock building in Cape Town CBD. It is being sold fully furnished, offering incredible views of Table Mountains. Say no more. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, well-equipped kitchen, an open-plan lounge and dining area. Living area open up to a balcony, as I said, with wonderful views. 24-hour security complex. Potential income between 1,800 or 2,500 Rand per night. Per night. That is Cape Town for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is lot number 12. Lot number 12, we have a bit of a go, a bit of a start, opening bit of 2 million. At 2 million, a bit of 2 million now, a bit of 2. Opening bit of 2. 2 million, 2 is in, bit of a 2 and a quarter now. At 2 and a quarter now, bit of a 2 and a quarter now, bit of a 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter is in, bit of a 2 and a quarter is in now, 2 and a half. At 2 and a half now, bit of a 2 and a half now, bit of a 2 and a half to go. We're selling quickly here. At 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half is in. 2 and a half is in on the phone, bit of 2 and a half now, 2,750. At 2,750 now, bit of a 2,750 now, bit of 2,750 to bid. At 2,750 now, bit of a 2,750. Online, I'm waiting for you to come back. At 2,750 now, bit of a 2 and a half is in, bit of a 2 and a half now. At 2 and a half now, bit of a 2 and a half, 2,6 is in. 2,6 is in, bit of 2,6 is in. 2,7 now. At 2,7 now, bit of a 2,7 now, bit of a 2,7 a bit. That's 100,000 more. At 2,7 now, bit of a 2,7 now, bit of a 2,7. 2750. At 2750 is in, bit of a 2750. Asking for 28 now. At 2850 now, bit of a 2850 now, bit of a 2850 now. 2,750,000. I'm locking in at 2,750,000 on the phone. 2,750,000 now, bit of a 2,750. First call. I'm looking for 2,850,000 at 2,850,000 now. At 2,850,000 with a 2,850,000. 2,750,000. Second call. 2,750,000 at 2,750,000 now. Asking for 2,850,000 at 2,850,000 now. But over to 2,850,000 now. But over to 2,850,000 to go. 2,750,000. Third and final call. I'm locking in. 2,750,000 going once. 2,250,000, 750 going twice. All done. 2,750,000 on the phone. Sold at 2,750,000. Spirit bidding, I like it. On the floor, on the phone, on the app. That's the High Street Auction Company. Lot number 13, Temba. Temba went to KZN, Umhlanga Rocks. He stayed there, he got a tan, came back with a great property, number 191, Summerway Lane, Umhlanga Rocks, KZN. Zoning, special zoning 11, earth size accumulatively of 25,734 square meters. This is a upmarket residential development opportunity. Prime residential development opportunity consisting of 5 portions with a combined urban size, as I mentioned, of 25,000 square meters and potential bulk of 38,000 square meters. Very important. Zoned residential 4 with permits with 655 residential units situated at 18 kilometers from Durban Central and 12 kilometers from King Shaka International Airport. Excellent location close to the Gateway Shopping Centre, Ocean Mall and Umhlanga Beach and several upmarket hotels. Easy access to major arterial routes. Ladies and gentlemen, we offered it in the investor pack as separate entities or as one big unit. There was no interest in selling it separately. Temba, we are combining it as one big, amazing opportunity. In Umhlanga Rocks, this is the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to buy everything together. What a great opportunity. If you work it out very quickly, at 1,000 rand a square meter bulk, guys, with 38,000 square meters of bulk. Do your own maths. Right, my calculator works, ladies and gentlemen. Opening bid, here we go, but it's got a great opportunity in Durban, 35 million. At 35 million now, but 35 million now, but 35 million opening bid. In Umhlanga Rocks, 35 million now. Opening bid at 35. At 35 now, but 35 million now, but 35. Opening bid at 35 now, but 37.5. At 37.5 million now, but 37.5. 35, but 35. Now 37.5 million. At 37.5 million now, but 37.5. 35, 37.5. 37.5 million asking for 40 million now. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million bid. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million. 37.5 is in. 37.5 million now, but a 37.5 million now. 37.5 million asking for 40 million now. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now. 37.5, 40. 40 million, but a bit of 40 million. At 40 million, but a bit of 40 million. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just over 1,000 rand a square meter of bulk. At 40 million. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million a bit. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million. First call. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now. Asking for 42.5. At 42.5 now, but a bit of 42.5 now, but a bit of 42.5 million bid. Worth the while. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now. 42.5 million, yes or no? At 42.5 million now, but a bit of 42.5 million. 40 million. First call. 40 million. Second call. At 40 million. At 40 million now, but a bit of 40 million now. Hammer's eye. We are selling 40 million. Third and final call. Sold at 40 million rand. Lot number 14. Saren is taking us to the Houghton Estate. Unit 7322, the Houghton, 53 2nd Avenue, 171 squares, residential, upmarket residential unit in the Houghton. Not Houghton, The Houghton. 3 bedrooms and en-suites. Combined lounge dining area. Superb fitted kitchens. Guest bathroom. Magnificent views overlooking the world-class golf course. Full climate control. Wi-Fi. Sounds like a car. Wi-Fi. DSTV. Underfloor heating. Ducted air conditioning. Biometric system for in and out. 3 times undercover parking and 2 storerooms, which makes this unit very exceptional. The other units do not have 3 undercover parkings and 2 storerooms. Private elevator access, direct access to your unit, a generator as well as water reserve. 5-star amenities including a pool, communal garden, restaurant, spa, gym is available to all the restaurants. You know, surrounding area, Illovo, Rosebank, Killarney, Norwood, Oakland, it's all there. Melrose Arts and Saxon World. This is great. Lot number 14, Sharon. Opening bid. Here we go, bit of opening bid. Here we are, bit of go. 3.5 million now. At 3.5 million now, bit of 3 million now. 3.5 million opening bid. 3.5 million bid of 3,750. At 3,750 now. At 3,750 now. Asking for 4 million now. At 4 million now, bit of 4 million now, bit of 4 million now. 3,750. Asking for 4 million now. Yes, you heard me right. 4 million now, bit of 4 million now, bit of 4 million now. 3,750. At 3,750 now, bit of 3,750. 4 million now. Have a bit of 4 now, bit of 4 now, bit of 4 million bid. 3,750 already. First call. 3,750. Asking for 4 million now. Have a bit of 4 now, bit of 4 now, bit of 4 million bid. 4 million now. 4 million, a bit of 4 million we have. 4 million is now, a bit of 4 million now. 4.25. At 4.25 now, a bit of 4,250. At 4,250,000 now. 4 million is in. 4 million now, a bit of 4 million now, a bit of 4 million now. Asking for 4,250. So you look at me very, are you in? He's thinking about it. 4,250. 250,000 more. At 4,250 now, but at 4,250, 4 million is in. 4 million now, but at 4 million now. First call at 4 million now. 4,250, 4,250. 4 million now, but at 4 million now. Second call at 4 million now, but at 4 million now. Third and final call, ladies and gentlemen. 4 million going once. 4 million, but at 4 million going twice. All done. Third and final call. 4 million rand. How much? I'm confirming at 4 million. All properties are sold subject to confirmation. 4 million is the bid. I'm asking for 4.25. You can give me 4,100,000 if you like a different bid. But you can't go lower than 4 million, sir. At 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million and go. That was the third call. At 4 million. Are you sure you're out? 4,100,000? He says no. All done. Third and final call. 4 million rand. Sold 4 million rand. Congratulations. Lot number 15. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We only got 29 properties to go. Lot number 15, 82 Polly Street. Now everybody's going, what? 82 Polly Street, Uber Park in Johannesburg. High exposure hotel and retail opportunity. Harry. Thank you very much, Harry. Established clientele, legacy sale, double corner site and exposure, hotel and long-standing retail tenants. Hotel can be converted into apartments. Gross annual income currently of 2.7 million rand. Improvement of 992 square meters. Neat and well maintained, located in a prime commercial node in Joburg CBD. 3-phase power, electricity prepaid meters installed. Zoning is commercial. That is very important for lot number 15. Harry, here we go, a bit of a start. Opening bid, 8 million. 8 million, a bit of 8 million now, bit of 8 million opening bid. 8 million now, bit of 8 million now, bit of 8 million now. 8 million opening bid, 8.5 now. A bit of 8.5 now, bit of 8.5 now, bit of 8.5 million bid. 8.5 now, bit of 8.5 now, bit of 8 million now. 8.5, bit of 8.5. 8.5, bit of 9. At 9 million now, bit of 9 million now. 8.5 is a bit of 8.5, asking for 9 million now. A bit of 9 now, bit of 9 now, bit of 9 million now. 8.5, bit of 9. 9, a bit of 9. We have a bit of 9 now, 9.5. At 9.5 million now. 9.5 at 9,500,000. At 9,500,000 now, but 9,500,000. 9 million now. A bit of 9 now, but a bit of 9 now, but a bit of 9. 9.25 at 9,250. At 9,250, but at 9,250. 9 million in. At 9 million now, but a bit of 9 million now. First call, 9 million. Any bit of 9.25. Have it a bit of 9 and a quarter now, a bit of 9 and a quarter now, a bit of 9 and a quarter bit. 9 million now, a bit of 9 million. Second call, bit of 9 now, a bit of 9. 9 million now, a bit of 9 million now. Hammer high, 9 million. Once, twice, 9 million rand. Sold at 9 million rand. Right. Angelique, lot number 16, Mpumalanga. This is portion 12 of farm Rooidraai. It is the earth size, and I got to get this right, 407,966 square meters, but easy terms, 40 hectares. Mixed-use property. Prime mixed-use property opportunity in Lindenburg with a gross annual income of plus minus 6.4 million rand. The main dwelling has a fantastic entertainment area consisting of a lapa, swimming pool, and jacuzzi. But wait, there's more. Secured with security beams, electric fencing, and full alarm. Includes guest housing, 5 garages, function venue, squash court, offices with 8 carports, outbuildings, 8 horse stables. Roll for your horses. 8 horse stables and 3 warehouses and additional residential dwellings. As I said, land size of 40.7 hectares. Koi ponds, 2 equipped boreholes, air conditioning, garages, carports. Everything is there, ladies and gentlemen. Rooidraai is surrounded by some of Mpumalanga's most picturesque landscapes and notable towns. That is lot number 16. Thank you, Angelique. Opening bid, a bit of go. I'm asking for opening bid at 8 million. At 8 million now, but 8 million now, but 8 million now. Opening bid at 8 million. At 8 million now, but 8 million, a great opportunity. Incredible. At 8 million now, but 8 million now. Asking for opening bid at 8 million. At 8 million now, but 8 million now. No hands. No phones. No hands. Online you're out. Floor is out. Asking for an opening bid at 8 million. Is there any interest at 8 million now, but 8 million now? No interest. I'm going to open and close at 8 million. If there's no interest in lot number 16, open and close at 8 million. Thank you. Right, lot number 17. Thank you, Harry. Harry has got a office building anchored with a national tenant. And who doesn't want something like that? 28 Victoria Link Street, Irene Exit 31 in Centurion. This is a long-standing tenant by Jaguar Land Rover SA. What a beauty. Maybe you can push your luck for a nice Jaguar Land Rover. Neat, well-maintained and well-positioned. Land size of 2,871. Improvements of 1,660. Elevator access. Located in prime business node and secure Route 21 business park. Gross annual income of plus minus 2.9 million rand. Air-conditioned offices. 84 kVA standby generator, 3-phase power, and CCTV camera with alarms system. Make sure that they don't steal our landies. Ladies and gentlemen, that is lot number 17. Lot number 17, multiple bidders, multiple platforms. Here we go, opening bid. Opening bid at 15 million. 1-5. At 15 million now, but 15 million now, but 15 million now. At 15 million now, asking for 16. But 16 million now, but 16. Quick bidding at 16 million is in. 16 million now, but 16 million is in. Now 17 million. At 17 million now, but 17 million now. At 17 million now, but 17 million now. I'm not sure if the gentleman is waving at me, Sean. Is he there? He is there. 16 million is in, asking for 17 million now. At 17 million now, but 17 million now, but 17 million now. At 16 million now. At 16 and a half is in. 16 and a half is in. I'm being nice today. 16 and a half is in. Make it 17 million now. At 17 now, but 17 now, but 17 million bid. At 17 is in. 17 million is in, but 17 out, 17 and a half. 17 and a half. I've got 17 and a half. At 17 and a half now, but 17 and a half now. You got to listen to the auctioneer, Manny. At 17 and a half now. 17 is in. 17 and a half. But 17 and a half now, but 17 and a half now, but 17 and a half million bid. At 17 and a half, 17 and a half. 17 and a half now, but 17 and a half. 18 million now. At 18 million now, but 18 million now, but 18 million bid. 17 and a half is in. Asking for 18 million now. But 18 million now, but 18 million now, but 18 million bid. 17 and a half is in now. 18. But 18 million now, but 18 million now, but 18 million bid. 18. But 18 now, but 18. 18 and a half now. 500,000 more. 18 and a half now, but 18 and a half. 18 million stands. 18 million now, but 18 and a half. But 18 and a half million now, but 18 and a half, but 18 and a half million now. 18 million, but 18 million. This is the call. 18 million now, but 18 million. First call, 18 million now, but 18 and a half. 18 and a half now, but 18 and a half. I'll open it up at 18 and a half. 18 and a quarter. What will it be? He's out. 18 million is in. At 18 million now, but 18 million now, but 18 million now. Hammer his eye. 18 million. 18 million now, but 18 million going once at 18 million. Going twice now at 18 million. Phones is out. 18 million. Third and final call. 18 million rand. Sold at 18 million rand. Ladies and gentlemen, we came to the last lot. Great spirited bidding here today. Thank you very much for attending. But we're not done yet. Lot number 18. Granty took us all the way to Bronkhorstspruit. Did I pronounce that correct? Bronkhorstspruit? Fantastic. 10 Church Street, Erasmus. Bronkhorstspruit, a size of 605. Site improvements at 871. Zoning is business. This is a retail food anchor with long-term lease. Fully tenanted, boxer lease ending in 2032. So a lot of income still to come. Sports diner lease ending in 2029. A gross annual income of plus minus 820,000 rand. Net annual income of 680. Improvements of 871. This is Bronkhorstspruit CBD Main Road View. What an incredible opportunity. Last opportunity. Lot number 18. Opening bid. Where better go? Better start opening bid. 4 million. At 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million opening bid. 4 asking for 4 to the back. Neil's right behind you. I can't see you, just right behind you. There we go. 4 million is in. Now 4 and a quarter. At 4 and a quarter now. I got you. Hey? No. I'll open a bid at 4 million. Thank you for your offer. 4 million opening bid. At 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million now, but a bit of 4 million now. 4 and a quarter. At 4 and a quarter now, but a bit of 4 and a quarter now, but a bit of 4 and a quarter. 4 and a half. At 4 and a half, but a bit of 4 and a half. At 4.5 million now. At 4.5 now, but a bit of 4.5 million now, but a bit of 4.5 million now. At 4.5, but a bit of 4.5. At 4.5 million now, but a bit of 4.5. First call, 4.5 million now. Asking for 4,750. At 4,750,000. At 4,750,000. 4.5 million stands. At 4.5 now, but a bit of 4.5. Second call. At 4.5 now. 4,750. 250 more. At 4,750 now, but a bit of 4,750. 4.5 million goes. 4.5 million now going once. 4.5 going twice. All out. 4.5 million rand. Sold at 4.5 million rand. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Be back here on the 28th of November, our last auction for 2024. God bless, drive safe, and we'll see you back at the High Street Auction Company. Thank you.